artists, where we're poor at being mothers, but mostly we're poor at making art. My name's Benj.
And I'm Isaac. And this week, despite the fact that we are not mothers, like everyone else out there, we do have mothers.
Oh, I thought you meant like everybody else except for us two were mothers.
I don't think so. No.
Like we go outside and not a single person we walk into
They all point and laugh at us because we're so poor at it.
Yes, in this strange world we live in, where me and you are the only non-moms.
Wait, what was that you said? A strange world that we live in?
Oh, I did.
Oh, what a good segue to what we're actually going to be drawing today. Because you might think, due to the fact that it's Mother's Day, we are drawing Mother's Day.
Mm-hmm.
You might even be thinking
Based
to
off
yourself...
of every other holiday.
Yeah, you might even be thinking to yourself right now, like, why aren't we doing that?
Yep.
Why would... Well, I'll tell you why. Because I think I figured it out.
Mm-hmm.
We, most recently, as you know...
What do they know?
See, I got ahead of myself. As you know, or may not know, we are nerds.
Mm-hmm.
And thus, we must see every superhero movie that comes to theaters.
Mm-hmm.
It's in the handbook.
Yeah, although they keep making it harder and harder to make that choice.
It is very, very true. We have recently watched the new Doctor Strange movie, Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness.
Mm-hmm.
And in case you're not clear, Multiverse of Madness, if you take the first letter of each one and make a word out of it, it spells mom.
Yes, it does.
So here we go. We get to talk about Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness, and we also get to talk about moms.
Mm-hmm. And I'm just going to say right now, if you haven't seen Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness and you care about spoilers, we'll probably give it away.
I know we haven't given you a lot of time, seeing as though the movie just came out a couple of days ago, but that is just the price you pay for not being a big nerd like us.
Yep. Gotta watch it opening night or you get spoiled.
And if you're not a huge nerd and you're on the fence about whether you should see it, we'll tell you what we think about that too,
Mm-hmm.
because
Yeah.
it was very different than every other superhero movie we've ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so what we're officially drawing today, so we can talk about it more in a second, but I should probably get going.
Yeah.
We're going to draw the title, Doctor Strange, Mom.
Yes.
Doctor Strange,
Which
Multiverse of
technically
Madness.
was the title of the movie.
Yeah, if you read it falsely.
Yes.
So here we go.
But with that,
What does Doctor Strange look like?
He has a cape. He looks like a vampire, but without the teeth.
Exactly.
Even his hair is like the way Dracula does his hair.
Yeah, it's pretty true.
Which I guess, to be fair, that's kind of like the classic sorcerer look too.
Yeah, it's true. I'm just going to get going.
But yeah. Doctor Strange, the movie. I really liked the first one. And
As did I.
unlike Ragnarok, this one did not ruin any of the characters or tell a bad story.
No, it was a pretty good, well-told
Yep.
story from start to completion.
But it was probably the most disturbing thing I've ever seen.
It was pretty dark, I'll admit.
I don't watch horror movies or anything, but I've seen a few that could be in that genre. Like It, both the old one and the new one.
The fact that you found this more disturbing than It is surprising to me.
Far more disturbing than It. Nothing in It was really that disturbing.
So it is actually a pretty fitting name, Multiverse of Madness, Mom, because the movie is basically all about a mom and her psychopathic, murderous journey
Yes.
to reconnect with the kids that she imagined she had.
Yes.
Like every story out there.
Like every story about moms.
Yeah, not very...
Yeah, so it actually, in the movie itself, they made the pun, Multiverse of Madness being mom.
Did they in the movie?
Well, no, but
Oh, they named it that. Yeah,
the title of the movie was a pun.
it's true.
So we're not stretching too far by making this pun ourselves.
It's
because
true.
the movie already did it.
Yeah. Mm. Okay.
Well,
Mhm.
that's just the
That's
shape of it now.
That's the line that's there now. It's true.
You keep looking somewhere. Like, did you find a picture
I
of
found
Doctor
a picture.
Strange
There's a poster on my wall.
on your wall?
I keep forgetting what he looks like. I just have to picture Benedict
Yeah,
Cumberbatch.
you keep looking over, and when I look over, I just see a bunch of DC stuff. So I don't know
There's a
what.
poster up high. If you keep going,
Oh, higher. I see.
you see it now.
Yep, I see the pit poster. I don't see Doctor Strange though. But
He's on the far left. Doesn't matter. What does matter is that this movie takes one of our beloved heroes from the other movies, from the Avengers movies in particular, and from the show WandaVision, and takes her and makes her the most evil, disturbing villain of any superhero movie.
yeah,
Like,
it's like they kind of make you like feel bad for her, but like she's like more evil and disturbing than Thanos.
yeah, like Thanos just like killed, half of all life. But he just did it with like a snap of a fingers and like that was it.
Yeah.
Wanda was like disturbingly like
Yeah, she always
gruesomely
like
murdering
talked about
people.
how she's like being merciful and stuff, but it was just like the worst.
It's true. She was quite terrifying.
Plus, like in some of the scenes, she could just like do things so easily, and then in other parts, she just like she could have just like made people stop existing. Like she clearly had that power, but instead, she did things in the most disturbing way she could.
It's true. It is like she had people's like heads exploding and like people like unraveling
Yeah,
like a ball of yarn until they just like popped.
yeah,
Like,
just like
ugh.
stopped
I
existing.
can still see it.
Yeah, it was.
It was horrifying.
Yeah, like it wasn't gruesome, really. Like
Like,
there
it wasn't
much
gory,
blood.
I guess,
Yeah,
but
it wasn't gory.
somehow it was worse than that.
Yeah,
Like, I don't even
yeah. Like I mean, it's not an R-rated movie.
somehow.
Yep. So this looks like somebody cosplaying as Doctor Strange.
This would be, my dear Watson, this would be young Doctor Strange.
Oh,
And he's not cosplaying as himself, because he doesn't know what he's going to grow up to become.
yet he has the eye of Agamotto.
It's just like a generic magician costume.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's a...
Not specifically the exact same costume he wears, but cheap knockoff version. Is that a L for loser?
That is a 2.
Okay. Is that also an L for loser?
Oh, gosh. I wasn't even thinking about that when I drew it. Maybe I was subconsciously. That's a K for loser.
Yep. That's how I spell loser.
Yep. Let's see.
So you're drawing like Magician Strange?
Yeah, so as a child, Doctor Strange wanted to become, above all other things, a magician.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yep. Yeah, it was great.
I can see that.
But then...
he did become that.
Yeah, he did, didn't he? Became the Sorcerer Supreme.
Yeah, which is basically...
Oh, dang. The eyes went the wrong way again.
Yep. This person is just glancing from the side of their head.
I have to draw this person facing the other direction now, it seems. Yep. They have their back to him now.
Yep, they just do not they do not care for this. You can tell that from their posture.
That might actually help the what I'm going for here. You'll see, perhaps.
This is some long hair. So either this is his mullet having dad, or
It's
this
his
is
mom.
which makes sense for the pun.
Doctor Strange.
Although I don't know why. Like this is pretty mullety hair.
I don't know how to draw a woman's hair.
Yeah, I mean, does anybody? See, the problem is
Making
that
it longer
women,
doesn't seem to help.
yeah, women have good-looking hair, so it's hard to draw.
It is.
Men's hair doesn't have to look good, and it's short. In fact, you can just draw men bald, and then you don't have to do anything.
It's so true. You know the nice thing about drawing women, though?
That they can just wear dresses.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Don't have to worry about pants and shirts, and
So much
you just do
easier.
like a long sleeve dress, and you're done.
Mm-hmm.
Don't have to figure out how the legs possibly ever connect to the body eventually. You're just like, there's sticks sticking out of it. A triangle.
Uh-huh. And then you just give them some ugly shoes. Gosh.
let's just say if she ever went to a ball and needed to be found by her shoes, she'd be the only one with those size feet. The claws that she had. The lobster claws.
Quite unique, isn't it?
I thought you only had a hand mangler in your world, but it looks like you've got both a hand mangler and a feet mangler.
5 fingers is so many for a hand.
Yes, hands just don't have.
But I
5
drew
fingers.
her son with 5 fingers, so it made sense. She also has one.
He could be like a freak, with the extra finger.
Yep. Uh-huh. So, he's doing his magic trick.
Mm-hmm.
It's like
Yeah, like the classic pick a card, any card.
Yep, exactly.
She's ignoring him, but
What?
not. But is that like a card on a string?
Yeah, it's a magic trick bench.
Where's the string coming from?
I should have made the string thinner. It's just like, is this your card? And then it falls down from the ceiling.
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, what? How was my card? Clearly he rigged that up earlier. How did he know that was my card?
Yeah.
But Mom's unimpressed.
I mean, because he clearly rigged it up earlier.
Yeah.
I mean, it'd be more impressive if it's just like the string appeared.
Mm-hmm. What matters most in this case is what she says next.
Oh.
I told you.
What did she
No more magic.
Oh, this seems like the type of shaping backstory that also foreshadows the future.
You need to grow up and become... I don't have a good Doctor Strange's mom voice. As we pointed out earlier, we're very poor at being moms.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, we aren't expected to have a mom voice.
Because we're not.
Yeah, apparently we're the only not moms in the whole world.
Oh, the word useful. Does it have an E?
I think it does. But does what I think matter?
No, it means it probably doesn't.
Mm-hmm. That's some good backstory right there.
Isn't it, though? Because if you don't know Doctor Strange's story, he grows up to not only become the Sorcerer Supreme, but the Surgeon Supreme.
I don't think that.
There's actually a comic that came out this past year called Doctor Strange Surgeon Supreme.
I feel like
How he just quits doing magic and goes back to being a surgeon.
I feel like that wasn't a title though before he was Sorcerer Supreme, and then he just realized, hey, I could be always supreme.
Yeah, sounds
Yeah, I mean, he was the best surgeon, and then he broke his hands and got into magic.
Yep.
And then became the best magician.
Didn't listen to his mom, and look where it got him. Well, he did listen to his mom.
Yeah.
Became a surgeon. But then he became too good and too arrogant. And then he had to go back to... The real question is his mom still proud of him? Because he did listen, became a surgeon, the best there was, but then he went back to being...
I think the fact that we never see her in any of the two movies,
Like, they're not on speaking terms.
she's just like, oh man, back when you were a surgeon, sure, but now, look at
That's
this.
true.
What, you think just because you saved the world that makes magic okay? No, she's very disappointed.
How sad.
She's like, you could use that magic to fix your hands and become a surgeon again.
She's just really, really wants him to be a surgeon. Is that it?
Yes.
Yeah, but he likes I mean, look at the cape. It's like exactly what he would wear. He even has the medallion, like someday he would wear.
Yes.
You think he became the Sorcerer Supreme because, like, he was good at it? No, he saw the costume he got to wear and was like,
Yeah, he's like,
that's for me. I remember now.
It's like in the new movie, he's not even Sorcerer Supreme, but he's just like the only one wearing that like blue robe with the red cape and he's wearing the amulet even though there's nothing in the amulet, so it's completely pointless.
This drawing is just, it's lacking so much. Like, what?
I mean, that's okay. It will only be ruined by adding.
But, like, it's just so boring. It's just two people and some words. Like, what else could I put? I'll put, like, you know how they, like, make those, like, portals?
Mm-hmm. You're going to have, like, somebody watching them?
Yeah, why not?
Who's going to be watching?
Ah, the mystery indeed.
Oh, just like an eye? The eye of Agamotto?
Who knows? Now it's mysterious, my drawing, though. So, yeah, one little dorky thing.
That looks like one of those fluff balls from Kirby that just have an eye.
Oh, those things are creepy.
Yeah.
That's not what I meant to draw.
That's what you drew, though.
It kind of is. And then we'll just feel like it needs more again. I haven't ruined it yet. Means I should keep going, right?
I don't think that's what it means.
All right, we'll end it there.
You're allowed to end on a high note.
It's just so rare. It's so weird.
Illegal.
It's like nothing looks disturbing.
Mm-hmm.
The hands are decent-ish. I guess, okay, mom's feet. Let's go back to that. We can end by looking at the mom's feet and saying, oh.
I mean, Doctor Strange also is very lopsided. Like, one foot is just significantly shorter than the other.
He's a child. They grow at different rates.
He's still growing.
Do you remember that awkward stage of life when one leg
was
when one leg was when the one leg was growing? Was it just me? I tripped everywhere.
Always walked in a circle.
Always. It was easier to hop.
Yep.
Mom really needs to get like some conditioner or something too. I don't really know much about conditioner, being is that I've always used the 16-in-1 men's bottle of soap.
Yep. Whatever's in there.
I hear there's conditioner out there that people buy separately, and
not just like part of the shampoo.
You hear the women folk talking about how, like, oh, my hair is so. And then they say something that apparently is bad about hair.
Mm-hmm.
Dry. Or the ends of it have split open. Mm-hmm. And you're just like, how is that? Like, what happens?
Yep.
And then you dump the bottle of citrus-powered juice for bathing on your manly head. And then you use it in your beard, and then you use it on your toothbrush, and you use it to, like, windshield wiper fluid, all in one.
Yep. That's exactly reality that
See,
we
this
just described.
Just another reason we're bad at being moms.
Yes. Because not only do moms have to take care of their own hair, but they have to buy things for their kids.
Mm-hmm.
And we don't even buy the right things for ourselves.
It's true. That's why we need our moms.
Yes.
Let no one say we don't love our moms. And if they're watching, they can give us hair care recommendations in the comments.
Yeah, any mom can give us hair care recommendations.
We will take them to heart.
Yeah.
And as long as they cost $1.99 like our normal hair care routine does, we'll probably buy it.
Mm-hmm. Well, even though this kind of sounds like a sign-off, it's just switching over to me drawing.
It sounds like our channel has taken a drastic turn into the beauty school realm of...
Yeah, our next video will just be us teaching about hair care products from all all that we've learned from this video.
You know how strange it would be if our channel just suddenly had like a hair care tutorial on it? With you and I as the examples?
Two poor hair care. I don't even like what's a cosmetologist?
It's not cosmetologist. I don't think that's a thing. But it has men in it, so that would be poor cosmetology men.
Yes.
Yeah. Tune in. But first, watch Benj do a drawing.
Yes, unfortunately.
But getting back to the movie, I mean,
the movie.
like most Marvel movies, when you're done watching them, most superhero movies in general, for that matter, when you leave the theater, you're like in a good mood.
Mm-hmm.
You feel like happy and like maybe hopeful about like, you know, what just happened. And the thing is, the problem in the movie got solved.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
the villain was defeated and semi-redeemed.
I wouldn't say redeemed so much. I would say defeated. But you left the theater. I think everybody who I talked to who went with this, everybody who left the theater with us was like, we need to go watch something happy. Like, go put on some like reruns of like, you know, like Full House, or like go watch Avatar: The Last Airbender, wherever your happy place was. Everybody,
not the movie Avatar: The Last Airbender.
No, that's a different kind of disturbing. But yeah, like you just were like, oh, it's over. I can't unsee some of the things I've seen. Mm-hmm. Like you just like it didn't end. Like it didn't end on like there was no like, I don't even know how to describe it. The comic relief didn't really work.
Yeah, it wasn't enough.
Yeah, like it didn't combat like the just dark, disturbing events of the movie.
Yeah, not at all.
Yeah. It felt like a different genre of movie. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. Like it didn't feel like your typical superhero movie. So
yeah, like it was much closer to like what you would call a horror movie than a superhero genre movie.
We don't really watch horror movies at all because like any movie where the villain is like winning, we just don't like it. Mm-hmm. And this, even though the villain didn't technically win, the villain Wanda caused so much destruction and killed so many people.
Plus it was like, so you know, in Spider-Man, No Way Home, they had like, you know, what the fans wanted. They had the multiple Spider-Mans come in.
Spoilers.
Yeah, I mean, at this point,
yeah, it's
their own fault.
If you haven't seen that movie, like that's the best Marvel movie probably ever.
But it's like, you know, so they had like the multiple Spider-Mans and they like did all the memes. Like they did what everybody wanted. In this movie, they like had cameos that were not like as extreme as that, but like pretty close to like as good as those cameos. But they like immediately, disturbingly killed them off.
Yeah, like one of the best things about seeing a Marvel movie is like when you go to the theater with a bunch of other people, like opening weekend, and something really cool or really nerdy happens that like everybody knows about from the comics or something, and everybody cheers, or like a cool character is revealed and everybody's like, you know, super happy in the theater. It was like everybody in the theater went from being like super happy to being like, oh my gosh, what did we just watch? Like it's so dark, and like, and then that was like the feeling for the rest of the movie. It was like it just sucked all the happiness out of what they had done, you know. And even at the end when it's like, oh, the villains, yeah, like you couldn't get that back.
Yeah, because they already did too much.
They didn't ruin any characters. I mean, I guess
No.
you could say they kind of ruined Wanda because she just went nuts. But
Right,
she
but
does
like,
kind of do that in the comics. Like
yeah,
she
it
has,
was like, and it was a very believable and expected,
yeah,
and she had enough of a redemption at the end where if they wanted to do something else with her, they could continue the redemption.
I don't know about that. I still
Like-
feel like I'd be thinking about all the terrible things she did in this
Yeah,
movie.
like she did a bunch of bad things, but it's like, I'm not saying that those things were like forgivable, but
Yeah, you could have
like,
like a redemption.
she and she didn't fully redeem in this movie, but the redemption started, so like they could if
Yeah,
they wanted to,
maybe.
and people would watch it.
Yeah.
And believe.
Like there are other Marvel movies, like Thor Ragnarok is a really good example of a movie that we walked out of like enjoying because it was so funny, but also like it's probably I know it's one of Benj and I's like least favorite Marvel movies just because it's like it ruined Thor as a character.
Yeah.
Like it changed his personality, it changed like his motivation, it changed like everything about him. Same with Endgame. Endgame just took so many characters and you're like, why are they just ruining like so much of what they've already established? Like they ruined like, that was different. That was a different kind of like we walked away disappointed almost because they could have done so much more. This was different in that we just walked away like I don't even know how I felt, like depressed.
Yeah.
Just like needed to go watch something happy.
Yeah, like if they make another movie, like all the characters and the story.
Yeah, like Doctor Strange. To be fair, Doctor Strange was still great. Like he's still one of my favorite superheroes, and they did him right. Like,
yeah,
he acted exactly how he should have in the situation. I liked his character a lot. Just the whole feeling of the movie was kind of off. It's like they could have fixed it. Like I'm amazed that this movie was like made and shown to people at Marvel, and they weren't like it's good, but also it's super like disturbing and dark. So take some of that out.
Yeah, and it's like if you're a big fan of like Doctor Strange, like you've probably read comics similar to this. Like he has some pretty disturbing comics.
Yeah,
it just felt like it was too far, especially like there's a big difference when you're reading a comic and you see something a little bit disturbing, and when you're like watching a well-made real life movie.
Yeah, it's true.
Of the equal level.
Speaking of disturbing things, what on earth is that thing on the left?
It's like, like a
No, I don't.
It's actually a lot like
it's like an eyeball with the creepiest eyelids imaginable.
Yeah, but they're like tentacle eyelids.
Oh gosh. Tentacle. If my eyelids could open and grab onto something, it would be horrifying.
Yeah, and this is a flaming donut that he summoned with runes on it.
Oh, yes, the flaming buzzsaw donut.
Yes. It's, I mean...
You drew just like a vampire, by the way.
Isn't that what... Didn't we establish already?
Look at his, blackened teeth. I know that's not exactly what you meant to do, but I also... You're basically just drawing like a scene from a Doctor Strange movie. This has nothing to do with Doctor. So is that you just drew a scene from our movie, or is there somehow multiverse of madness? The M.O.M.
That's kind of what. I mean, honestly, he even fought like the eye with the tentacles. I was just thinking like, oh, he's fighting like a demon, and I was like, what's a classic demon? It is the same
creepy,
one that they
interdimensional octopus eyelid monster.
Yeah. I was trying to make it a little bit different.
You complained that when I drew young Doctor Strange, he looked like a guy cosplaying Doctor Strange. This guy is like like suburban dad who's just like, look what I learned.
I mean, I think that's basically what this is anyway.
I also can't tell, and this is also one of the struggles of just drawing with a pen, I can't tell if this person has white on the side of his hair, like Doctor Strange kind of does on his sideburns, or if this guy just like shaved a line around his head. It looks like he has a headband of just missing hair. Oh,
it's definitely
no. What is that? What is that? What mouthless creature? That made it worse. That made it worse. It still doesn't have arms or anything. It's just like
it doesn't need arms.
Kill it. Turn around, Doctor Strange. Turn around. The real threat is behind
It
you.
has arms now.
Why is this a stick figure? Like
Not a stick
like
figure.
a Pippi Longstocking.
It's just farther away a
like
little
a
bit.
possessed Pippi Longstockings.
It's like 2 feet into the background, so it looks different.
It's horrific. Who's that?
Remember
That I want your soul for dessert.
honey.
Is this his? Is that his mom?
Yes. We are moving on Monday.
Oh. Oh, okay. Oh, that's terrible.
Get the pun?
M.O.M.
Yep, the
Moving
M.O.M.
on Monday,
Mm-hmm.
and his mom is saying it.
Yes. Yep, that's the pun. So he's just fighting a demon.
I'm still.
And I mean, at this point, I don't think this is Doctor Strange. This is just some guy.
Okay, yeah, it's exactly what I described. It's just like some guy who should have moved out of his mom's basement years ago.
Yes.
And
But he's like discovered the mystic
he's
arts.
still fantastic at it. But apparently they're moving.
Yes.
Mom's like, no more basement for you. I'm getting this studio apartment for me.
Yeah.
You can. We're moving on Monday.
Yes. Go fight demons somewhere else, not in our backyard.
Yeah, like. I'm not unconvinced he didn't like summon this and then like mystified a donut he had sitting on the ground to fight it. And Mom's just seen this so many times. Like, just remember, we're moving on Monday.
Doesn't even care.
Not even concerned. Why is she skulking around the side of the house, though? Through a door. Couldn't she have at least been standing in the door?
No, like that's the backyard door.
Again, I don't know too many people who, when they need to go into the backyard, go out the front door
No,
and then
she's like-
peer around.
She like just got home and she like heard him in the backyard,
Oh yeah,
and so she's like peered around the corner
she's
to remind him.
she's worried that he forgot that they're moving on Monday. A common mistake.
It's a passive aggressive.
Like, remember,
Like,
your
she saw
father
this-
and I are moving.
She saw this happening. She's like reminding herself.
Your father and I are moving. You can't live here anymore.
You need to go elsewhere.
On Monday.
It's the last day.
I
Is
think,
that how you spell Doctor Strange?
yes.
Good.
He also did some horrible thing to, like, dye his teeth black.
Like he saw a picture. Like he learned the mystic arts, and then he saw a picture of Doctor Strange. So he like kind of dyed some of his hair white, and like went and just got a cape
It's
that doesn't even fit him. all the
clearly
way.
a child size. It's just like I picture him in like a sweatpants and a sweatshirt with that cape,
Just like blue.
like just like a
blue sweatshirt.
homemade necklace, and somehow his teeth got turned black.
I
That's
mean,
the toll that you must
Yes.
pay for practicing the mystic arts.
when you're not perfect, there's sometimes, it's like when in the movie, when they use that evil book, their fingertips turn black.
His
just-
teeth turned black.
Yeah, I mean, like he didn't use the book, something different, some other.
When you use the mystic arts on a donut, it comes with a heavy toll. Your teeth will all
Well, like he did this, and he fought a demon, and then he forgot that he used a donut and just like ate it afterwards.
last time.
Yeah, last time. He always the only thing he knows how to enchant is donuts.
As bad as I feel for him, his mom is one of the creepiest things you've ever drawn. Like,
Like I picture
Does
that
make you
being
feel more
like
bad for
I
him?
picture that being like another one of those monsters, and it like has a tentacle that just like looks like
Looks
mom.
like his mom?
Yeah, it's like your mom, it's not your mom. It just reaches around like a sock puppet around the side of the house. Remember, you have to leave here.
Yes. Get out of this house.
Clearly, this is a busy place for the creatures from the other dimension.
Yep.
Oh man. So would we recommend seeing Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness? It's the first Marvel movie. I would say probably no.
Yeah, I don't think I can recommend it.
No. Definitely.
Like-
Okay. Not only that, but like every Marvel movie, I feel like in some way is like for kids. Because
Yes.
superhero stuff has always been for kids.
Mhm.
Do not ever let a child
No, yeah,
watch this movie.
This is not for like. Consider this an R-rated movie when you're thinking about who should watch
And
it.
if you're one of those parents who takes your kids to an R-rated superhero movie, know that this is still more disturbing
Yes.
than any R-rated superhero movie I think I've seen.
Yes, for sure.
Definitely,
Maybe
just-
not as gruesome, like blood-wise.
Yeah,
But it's worse than that.
stays with you in your mind.
Yeah, like. Yeah, watching somebody's arm get chopped off, that's nothing.
Yeah, that's like Star Wars.
Yes,
That happened in Star Wars. Nothing.
nothing.
Yeah.
This is so much more than that.
Here's to hoping that, because I don't want to give away all the spoilers, but they did introduce some cool characters in this movie
Mm-hmm.
that I do hope show up again in like the full like Marvel movies.
Yeah,
I like the actors they picked. I like the stuff they chose. So
Mhm.
hopefully that's kind of stuff stays.
yeah.
And
the few
everyone can
things
kind of
they
just
did
put
was
this
good.
like this dark, page of the Marvel. Hopefully they're like, okay, we made our dark movie. Now we're done forever.
Yeah,
Let's go back to what was working
Never
before.
again a dark movie.
This is the first Marvel movie I'm like, I really hope it just doesn't do well.
Yeah.
like
I wanted to do well enough that they make a third Doctor Strange.
I'd like to see that.
But do poor enough that they realize to never make it this dark again.
Yeah, like don't let the people who worked on this
Like-
movie.
Like, honestly, Black Widow was already a little bit too dark for what I consider a Marvel movie. Like, Black Widow was encroaching on, like, DC
Mm-hmm.
level darkness. Like, Wonder Woman and Black Widow were, I would say, equal in,
Yeah.
like, the darkness.
Mm-hmm.
This went beyond any of that.
Like I said, I really like Doctor Strange in the movie. Still think Benedict Cumberbatch is the best casting
Oh,
choice
yes.
in any movie ever for the part because
Like, just perfect.
we talked about that years before the first Doctor Strange even came out. We're like, they need to make a Doctor Strange movie. And because we had been watching him in Sherlock back then,
Mm-hmm.
and we're like, and they need to hire this guy to play Doctor
Yeah.
Strange because
Like, watching him in Sherlock, it was just like, because Doctor Strange has always been one of my more favored heroes. Like, I don't read too many of his comics, but like anytime he's in something with like other heroes or whatever, like he's always one of my favorite characters.
Yeah, because he's
but
smart and he's
yeah, and like watching Benedict Cumberbatch play Sherlock, it's just like he's acting so much similar
yeah.
to the way we need Doctor Strange to act. Yeah,
So hoping for a better Doctor Strange 3. We're also hoping that you all have a lovely Mother's Day.
yes, and don't look at our drawings and think that we hate moms due to the way we drew them.
Especially Benja's mom. Who,
Yes, I don't think of moms as creepy, lurking
I've
creatures.
met your mom. She doesn't look anything.
No,
I know.
she is lovely and not a lurking creature that's passive aggressively reminding you of.
And if that's all, if you needed to hear something on Mother's Day today, that's maybe you needed to hear that. Go call your mom, even if you think she looks like this. And we will
Yes.
see you
Just
next.
be glad that there is no mom that looks like this.
So true. Goodbye.
Bye.
As always, we're surprised you made it this far into our video.
I mean, there's probably a mom somewhere. Like, the odds of every mom on Earth not like looking like that.
Just look again at the drawing.
Okay, I'm just saying. Like,
Like-
no mom I've ever seen.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But like, okay, let me put it like this: if the people who made this last Doctor Strange movie made a movie about a mom, that's what she would look like.
But didn't they?
No, she didn't look like that.
Yeah. She didn't look like that at all, in fact.
Statistically, there's a mom out
I
there.
don't think a human could look like it wouldn't be considered human anymore.
All right, I'll settle on that. There is no mom that has ever looked like that. Thank goodness.
Yes.
As always, we're surprised you made it this far into our video. There's no way we could possibly ask you to subscribe to this atrocity, so we won't. We would say share it with your friends, but it's probably better for wasting your enemy's time. We're probably not going to get any better, but we will keep drawing. See you next time.